They're still missing that piece of luggage. 行李还是没有消息. There's still no news about the luggage.
人好啊，你们怎么样？住在哪里呀？
哈，挺顺利的。我们住在明月大酒店。
啊，明月饭店离我们家不太远。行李还是没有消息。
Now, to phone Shanghai, they have to first go to the front desk. We already know that they can call from their room as long as they first pay a deposit. 还有别的办法吗? Is there any other way? Well, you can also buy a phone card that can be used in the pay telephones. The cards come in 30, 50, and 100 yuan denominations. 怎么打上海长途呢? How do you make a call to Shanghai?
你们可以开通您房间内电话的国内长途电话，这样您就可以在房间内直接打长途电话了。
还有别的办法吗？
你也可以买长途电话卡，这样您在公用电话上都可以打长途电话。
电话卡多少钱？
有30块、50块、100块3种。
买50块的吧。
好的。给您。
怎么打上海长途呢？
先拨上海的区号，接着拨电话号码。First dial the area code for Shanghai, then dial the telephone number. 区号 literally means area number, an area code. 接着 means following. You could also use the same sentence pattern with 然后 as before. 先拨上海的区号，然后拨电话号码。
先拨上海的区号，上海的区号是021，接着拨电话号码。
谢谢。
不客气。
Let's take a bit of a break from the language lesson and talk about some of the background issues that we came across in today's dialogue. You know, making phone calls in China is much easier and cheaper than it used to be. At most hotels, you can dial directly from your room, although as we saw in the dialogue, a deposit is often required. Sometimes you can simply have the front desk swipe your credit card as a deposit. Now, local calls are usually 7 or 8 digits, depending on the city. Large cities like Beijing switched to 8-digit numbers several years ago. The largest cities now have a 2-digit area code. For example, 10 for Beijing or 21 for Shanghai. Smaller locations have 3-digit area codes. For example, Chengde to the north of Beijing is 314. To make a long-distance call, what you do is dial 0, then the area code, followed by the local number. For long-distance calls, you can also buy phone cards that give you heavily discounted rates on long-distance charges. These are called IP cards. 10-digit phone numbers are also very common in China, and they usually start in 13. Well, these are for cell phones. The numbers are longer because most of the phones can be used while roaming anywhere in China. Rather than have a separate area code, the area code is built into each cell phone number. Cell phones are extremely common in China. At least in the cities, it seems just about everybody has one, from high school students to retired people. Cell phones are not very expensive, so it makes sense to buy one if you're in China for more than just a few weeks. For shorter trips, you can even rent cell phones. Now let's take a closer look at some of the language points that came up in the dialogue. For example, 正好. This indicates a convenient coincidence. For example, 你要去邮局吗？正好帮我寄封信. Are you going to the post office? What a coincidence. You can help me mail a letter. 你要去邮局吗？正好帮我寄封信。今天我正好有时间，咱们一块儿去吧。It just so happens that I have time today. Let's go together. 今天我正好有时间，咱们一块儿去吧。
不知道咱们行李有没有消息？
正好打电话问问表姐。
Let's take a look now at the use of 怎么. 怎么 can be used before a verb to make a question about how something is done. For example, 请问去故宫怎么走? When I ask, how do you get to the Forbidden City? 请问去故宫怎么走? 你知道怎么去动物园比较快吗? Do you know how to get to the zoo fairly quickly? 你知道怎么去动物园比较快吗? Okay,